Peter Guns.
Yeah, they sampled Steely Dan, and they did the same thing.
Record.
That is one of the reasons why we tried to stay away from just outright sampling, because you could probably get the label to pay for it, which is going to come out of your budget in the long run.
I was going to say, it's your budget, your money.
But knowing that you would get no publishing, you probably have to pay some upfront money. I mean, because we were a part of that. I mean, we sampled. I sampled some Barry White. You know, we sampled some Isaac Hayes.
I was gonna say you had a lot of big artists.
They paid like a mother. But you know, I think what was good about our at the time was it was away from what everybody else was typically using at the time.
Yeah.
So we kind of got like that. Oh, okay, you want to use our? Okay, no problem. Oh, you know, because a lot of people wasn't using, you know, Barry White and other we was coming from. You know, that was records I used to listen to growing up.
Yeah, and Barry is pretty fair with clearing his samples.
Yeah, so
Barry didn't go crazy.
I used, I think, a Barry White on the Music to Drive By album, or Straight Checking them, one of them. And then we used the Walk On By Isaac Hayes on Nigga Struggling and shit, you know. So, I mean, that's what you did. I mean, back then, you know. You found a funky motherfucker record and you go ahead and try to chop it up. But you know the consequences of it. So it all depends on how much you desperately feel like that song is worth giving up, you know what I'm saying, all your publishing and giving up a couple of dollars up front and maybe all on the back end, who knows, but.
Well, I also know, too, some artists had it that if a producer was going to sample, the producer was responsible for
they started doing that. Well, if you produce the record, it's going to come out of your end and your publishing and whatever. So that wouldn't affect like me as a writer or the artist, because I'm not the one who produced the beat. So why should I get my cut taken out of or money drawn from me? You got to pay for that,
right?
Especially if you're using an outside producer outside of the camp. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, you know what? I remember when I was working for Minder Music, we were actually involved in suing Dr. Dre for the Let's Get High record because he had used the bass line from the Fatback Band. The dun 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 dun. And what was crazy about it is John Fogerty, that was the guy that owned Minder Music. Shout out to Big John out of the UK. But he contacted Dre numerous times. He wanted to clear the record.
Oh, wow.
Like, we wanted to clear the record. He just wouldn't respond. When we went to court with Dre, you know what Dre did? Dre came in, went to sleep, and walked out and left like he didn't give a He didn't give a walked out and left.
What y'all want, Nick? What y'all want, man?
And I think that sample wound up costing him $1.2 million.
Man, get that nigga that shit, man. Get up out of here.
$1.2 million, and they own like the publishing for the song. But they wanted to share it with him. They were willing to do that, but he just wouldn't get back to him.
Yeah, because at that time, you know, I was like, nigga, please, nigga, I'm making y'all hot as again.
Right.
You feel me? Mm-hmm. That was probably my nigga Dre's motherfucking mind state. Like, nigga, ain't nobody in 93 bumping Fatback Band. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
If I lie, my nose will grow like Pinocchio. We gon' tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. Gangsta chronic.